Hi all, welcome you all to the lecture video session on the role of the small scale industries or the enterprises in the economic development of any country. The mobilization of the local resources is very important, and the SSIs are best characterized with the optimal utilization of the local talents, local skills and the local market. And they have made it to the big in a larger way to the bigger market through the e-commerce portals and then through many other kind of connecting mechanism that has happened in the industry. And it also feeds in a larger way to the large scale industries. It takes up, some of the parts are outsourced to some of the parts assemblies, or some of the parts manufacturing are outsourced to the small scale industries. They supply the parts and they supply the components. They supply they make the sub assemblies. The part of the assemblies have been outsourced to the small scale industries, where they are going to make the sub assemblies and then they will be supplying it back to the major industries, the large scale industries. And this also provides the small scale industries also manufactures the accessories that are required, and they also manufactures they also give the services in a larger extent. And when we see the healthcare sector, the service sectors mainly come into picture here. The service sectors are also the part of the SSI units, and they have they are contributing a lot in terms of setting up of the labs, setting up of the healthcare call centers and all this. So it also, the small scale industries also participates in the larger extent in the exports. The promotion of the exports have happened in a larger way to the small scale industries, and it has given a global market to introduce the artworks of India in a global way. And it has helped the people to expose their local talents in a larger way and get a better market and the better margin to their products. And the SSIs help improve the Indian balance of foreign exchange in this way. There are two ways that how the SSI is participating in foreign exchange. That is, one is that without the use of the sophisticated machineries, with the use of the local talents and the skills and then the machineries, it is manufacturing a product which is which has globally made the name. And the second one is that it is less dependent on the sophisticated machineries, means it is not capital intensive. It can be set up with a less capital and make a bigger margin, and it attracts the local youth. And the second way is that it is contributing to the nation economy in terms of exports market, because the when they export their goods and earn a foreign exchange, approximately 25% of the Indian total exports are from the SSI units. So they attract a huge subsidy, they attract a huge market as well to the local talents. And this promotes the SSI also promotes the regional development, and it also going to provide a local market to the rural community. And it also goes with the capital optimization. Whatever the capital that is there, it gives the better returns. So more and more people will come forward to invest in this SSIs, which is going to make the strong base for the establishment of the small scale industries. So the capital scarcity will go, and the small scale industries which are going to be prosperous one will be made as a large scale industry in a faster rate. And it also inspires the new entrepreneurs. The kind of development that is happening in the SSI sector is attracting more and more entrepreneurs. More and more people would love to give the employment to the people around their community, and they are participating in developing their own community development as well as the societal development. So this is a very positive move in order to develop the socio-economic development of the country. And it is a consumer surplus market. When the consumer is surplus for the product, more than 5,000 products have been manufactured in the SSI units. Social advantage is that it reduces the concentration of the income and the wealth in one particular community or one particular sector, so that it is making everybody's living style in a better way, and it is improving the standards of living to everyone. And it also promotes the participation of the public in the process of development. And when we think about all this, there are various advantages of the small scale industries. The very distinct advantage that what we find with The owner will decide about the size of the business depending on the capital that the person has, and then the infrastructure that is required to establish, and the very less gestation period or the waiting period to establish a small scale unit around approximately around 2 to 6 months. And industries can be located anywhere, need not have to be in the mid of a urban place, or need not have to be in a very remote place. Anywhere the small scale industries can be started. So it is not location intensive, and it always utilizes the locally available the skilled persons, and then the craftsmen, and then semi-skilled labor also, and can be employed in the small scale industries. And the employment creation to the self and the family is the distinct advantage of starting a small scale industry. The other advantage that what we see here is that it will introduce the local production to the global market. So this is the distinct advantage because of which the people are going to get the better margin to their product. And other than this, the small firms require simple technology and then the low managerial skills. Anybody can start a small scale industry and they can manage their business in a better way. And there are lots of opportunities to innovate in a particular product that the small scale industry is going to start, and it can be introduced to the MNCs, and it can also make the part of the innovation to the it can also make the part of the innovation as a part in the part that is to be supplied to the MNCs, that is a multinational companies. So the small units gain attractive subsidies, and then the government has given so many policies which is going to give lot many subsidies and then lot many advantages in terms of exemption of the local taxes and exemption in terms of GST also. And now, so there are certain conditions to get advantages in terms of tax benefits, in terms of GST benefits. The tax exemption of around 6% of their assets can be given if they are employing per year up to 5 years, and the major thing is that the unit should have around 10 or more workers, and if it is a manufacturing process. If it is a service industry, then it must have minimum 20 workers. So under this condition, tax exemption can be claimed, and also the GST exemption can also be claimed under certain situations. So what are the preliminary aspects before starting the industry that have to be looked upon? So the first and the foremost preliminary aspect that that a person has to look forward, or the preliminary aspects to start a SSI are: the first thing is that they have to see the priorities and policies of the government. The second thing is that the assistance that can be got, or the assistance that they can get, and the subsidies that they can avail, and the facilities that are offered by the various states. All these have to be compared, and then see which state is going to give the maximum benefit, and there they can think of starting their SSI. And the incentives that are offered by the government, which government is giving the attractive incentive, and that has to be studied properly so that they can get the maximum benefit of it. And the licensing and the registration formalities are also going to be very, very important. So many of the SSI are they will take back their projects, unfortunately, because of the licensing and then the registration formalities which they may not be able to complete. So first, before starting the SSI, licensing formalities have to be properly studied, and that the registration formalities have to be properly understood. And the policies and then the regulations concerned to the imports of the material, if the raw material is not locally available, or if it is not available within the nation, from any part of the nation. Then if it is to be imported from any kind of any other countries, then the importing formalities have to be properly studied and properly understood. Laws have to be properly understood. The legal formalities have to be thoroughly studied and understood, and the taxations have to be properly understood, so that the SSI will not go under loss at any point of time. So after studying the preliminary aspects, then there are certain steps that are to be followed in order to start the small scale industries. If we put everything in the flowchart pattern, the first and the foremost important step is the selection of the project. Under the selection of the project, we need to see that what kind So the selection of the project and then the how exactly the steps have to be followed in order to start a SSI will be will be discussed in detail, and we shall discuss all these aspects and then step by step, considering the method to start the SSI, and let's put it up in the pattern of a flow chart, and we will discuss in detail in the coming lecture video. Thank you everyone, and see you all in the next lecture video on steps to start an SSI. Thank you everyone.